this.
Oh.
They're cute,
Okay.
that's all.
There you go.
I'm on?
Yeah.
Okay. It's chilly. Just like bundle. Oh, I forgot to message some people.
That's okay.
Hopefully they get the notification that I'm on. Hello, hello, hello.
There's 3 people.
I see that. We'll wait just a few minutes. Hi, everybody. Oh, it's jumping up. Oh, this sweater just is so nice and warm. I don't know why I'm so chilly. Welcome, everybody. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and I am a psychic medium. Let's wait, because it's low.
Someone asked if they can ask a question.
Yeah, we're just gonna give it, yeah, we can go ahead and start. So go ahead, ask your question.
Say all your stuff first.
Sure, okay. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and I am a psychic medium. I've been doing my work since 1993. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and here on TikTok. How it works when you get your questions done here is I ask your question, give me a few minutes, don't spam me. And then if I haven't answered, feel free to ask again, okay? Also, if you have an obscure username, just put your initials in with your username so that we know who we're talking to. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Our first question is from Hales, who asks, what do my spirit guides need to tell me? So lost and confused lately.
Yeah, so right now there's a lot of like kind of strange energy that's happening on the planet, and some of us are very sensitive to it. You are an empath, honey, so you're very sensitive to energies that shift. What I'm hearing is this is kind of a hermit stage for you, okay? And a lot of us are going through it right now. So take this time to start talking and communicating with your guides a little bit more. I hear that you can do automatic writing, which is an easy way to get communication from them. And you're a channeler, so you get information this way. So what you're going to do with the automatic writing is you're literally just going to get a journal and start writing and not think about what you're writing, and then you're going to get intuitive information, okay? That's how they're going to communicate easier with you. They do use numbers and things like that, and when you see the numbers, you just trace what were you thinking, feeling, or saying in that moment. Okay?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We jumped up quite a bit.
Okay. I knew it would.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and I am a psychic medium. I have been doing my work here since 1993. I'm on Instagram and YouTube, so if you do want to follow me there as well, there's, lots of stuff going on all of those channels. Here on my lives, you can ask a question. This is where I do my free format. So ask a question. Thanks for the gift, honey. And just give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again, but don't spam me, okay? Also, I do have a members live. So if this live is too busy and you don't get your questions answered, you can subscribe. I do it at the end of every month. So it's always the last day of the month at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a subscription monthly. You can cancel at any time. And it's done on Zoom. You're guaranteed to get your question answered there. Okay?
All right.
Okay. Oh, and I do have an announcement that I'm going to make later. Not yet, but in a little bit.
All right. Meg asks, is my life partner from another country, please?
Yes. It's an odd question and a quick response. I do feel that, yes, definitely. I'm hearing an accent, so definitely.
All right. Isabella asks, is social media my pathway?
A little bit. So it's going to be part of what you do. It feels like you're going to be doing more than just social media. So it's somehow, you're definitely connecting with people through platforms. And I almost hear there's some kind of collaboration that's happening where you're going to, it feels like it's a new platform that hasn't come out yet. So there's a big one that's going to be coming up. I don't know when, but I feel it's coming within the next year or so for you. Okay, so I would go down that path, educate yourself, educate yourself, educate yourself. That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Aliyah asks, will me and Chase make 7 years together? How many babies?
Yeah, I hear 2 for you. And definitely it feels like there's been some rough patches, but you guys feel like keepers. So it's definitely strong. Okay?
All right.
I like the way people
really
are asking questions. Oh, yeah, I did.
All right. Adriana asks, anything from my brother that recently passed away?
Yeah. So what I'm hearing first and foremost, honey, is that his presence is pretty strong with you pretty often. Okay. Very pranky in his way of being with you. So it looks like he hides things on you. It looks like he messes with your stuff. And what I mean by that is like he's showing me like glitching things. So he's glitching your phone, he's glitching your music, he's glitching your lights, that kind of thing, to let you know he's there. Okay, so he is definitely a part of your experience. He's not gone, and very attached to you in a good way, not a bad way. So it's like, I want you to know I'm here, and I'm gonna be here for you for as long as you need me. Okay, it doesn't feel like he visits much anybody else. Like he's really attached with you, so you're in need of his comfort is what he's telling me. Okay, so he's there with you, honey. Talk to him. I know you do, but talk to him more. All right.
Mm-hmm. Danielle asks, will I get a job soon?
June. I was just counting what that is because they tell me a month or a time frame. So in June, yes, you will. So awesome. Be patient.
All right. Mm-hmm. Fleur asks, is my husband's grandfather happy about the current situation?
Definitely, and keeping a close eye on you guys. Okay, so everything is moving in the right direction. So don't fret and don't doubt it. All right.
All right. Ren asks, hi, love, seeing me pregnant currently?
So yeah, it does feel like you are. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right. One moment here. All right. Bella asks, will I meet my person soon and have a family?
So Bella, I'm hearing that you're going to find your person and have your family starting in the next 2 years. So it's not really soon, but it takes time. You have to get to the right vibration, and it looks like you still have a lot of clearing to do. Okay, so work on some of the past stuff energetically. You can move that timeline, I'm being told. So as long as you work on you and you clear a lot of the old baggage that you've got, you're going to be able to find that person. You're not quite there, so you need to be the right vibrational match to have that person come into your life. And right now you still have a little bit of work to do. Okay, so meditate, listen to chakra meditations on YouTube that will help with balancing you and clearing out especially your heart, honey. Okay, because the heart chakra, I keep being told and shown green, so you need some green things. Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Diane Sidhu asks, I'm so curious to know if I will stay in my current job.
Yeah, it's about 1.5 years only though, so it looks like you're going to switch into something else, or there's going to be an opportunity for some change similar to what you're doing now, but a better environment is what I'm hearing. So more in alignment with you. Okay.
All right. Amy asks, will my boyfriend and I find a house soon?
Yes, I do hear it's going to be early summer though. So it's a tough time right now. I know the market is crazy. Thank you so much for the gifts, guys. So it is going to be early summer that you guys will find your perfect place. Okay.
All right. Jessica asks, will we have to do IVF to get pregnant?
Oh, unfortunately, yeah, honey, but that's okay. It's going to be successful, what I'm hearing, and I do hear that you are going to have 2 successful pregnancies, so it's all good. Thanks for the gifts, guys. It's so generous. I love it.
All right, it really jumped up if you want to go over the
Okay, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So I do have an announcement that I would like to make. I'm an author, and I'm currently working on a book for children, and it's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. That's all I'm going to say right now, but it is going to be up for pre-order within the week. So I'm going to make an announcement about that when it's ready to go, but I just wanted to let everybody know that that's what I've been doing. and it's exciting. Here on my lives, you guys can ask your questions. Don't spam me though. Give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again, but don't spam me, okay? And if you have an obscure username, please put initials in with your questions just so I know who I'm addressing, and it's a little easier that way. You can find me on YouTube and on Instagram as well. And if you don't get your questions answered here on TikTok Free Live, you can get your questions answered on my members live, which is a paid subscription, but it's guaranteed answers, okay? So I take a small group of people and I cap it so that everybody gets to ask a question, and it's done over Zoom, but you can keep your camera off if you're uncomfortable having your face shown, okay? That's everything.
All right. Nana says, hi Rebecca, do I have a message from my son?
So honey, you got to live again. That's the first thing I'm hearing, is like finding your joy again, and being in the world again. It's been difficult for you is what I'm hearing. And so just know that your son is fine. Your son is good. Okay. And you don't need to turn the world off, and you don't need to shut yourself in. Okay. And that's the main message that I hear from him, is like, get out there, start being with people. Thank you, honey. And start being in life again. Okay.
All right. Wendy asks, when will I find out I'm pregnant? When should I start testing?
So I'm hearing 2 months for you, honey. So if you're trying now, don't get discouraged. I do hear within the next 2 months you'll be pregnant, okay? Yeah. Thanks for the gifts, guys. You're so generous.
All right. Stephanie asks, will I have a job by April? Like end of April,
I'm hearing May for you, honey, but I do feel like there's going to be some interviewing and whatnot happening in April, and it just looks like the starting point might be in May, okay?
All right. Olivia M asks, will I be financially okay?
Yeah, honey, it's going to be... Okay, so what I'm hearing is by August, you're going to see a significant, thank you, honey, you're going to see a significant change in your income and your security, okay? So it looks like there is going to be more than one stream of income coming in, and it may be either a partner, or it could be that you have more than one place that you're getting financial stability, but it's in the summer, so it's in August for you, okay? Don't stress it. You're going to be fine. You're going to make it through, okay, honey?
All right. Courtney asks, do I have any messages from my granny?
Yeah, so a cute little button lady. Oh my gosh, so sweet. And what I'm gonna say, what I get from her more than anything is like this feisty, vibrant energy. So she is not a quiet soul. I love it when I see that. You know, she's just a bundle of joy and energy. And what her focus is with you, honey, is like making sure you're staying connected, making sure you're staying, what she means by that, I think, is like family. I don't know, there's like a disconnect or something going on there. So she's like, stay connected is the message that I get from her. But she is feisty. She's got a lot of energy. She is definitely not a quiet spirit. Pay attention to that, because I'm sure she makes a lot of noise in your space.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, honey.
Angela Faith asks, am I currently pregnant?
Not yet, honey, but I do hear that it's going to be May for you. So you're going to be pregnant next month. So keep you posted, okay?
All right. Hannah asks, will I have a successful career as a Reiki healer?
Yeah, it's going to be more than Reiki, though. I feel like you're going to do, so I'm hearing it's like touch therapy, Reiki, reflexology. It's a bunch of different modalities that you're going to incorporate in your business, honey, okay? So just think outside of the box. And I do see you doing like group settings as well. So there may be some classes or something that you're going to be teaching. It's definitely going to be successful. What I'm hearing is it's going to be about 1.5 years, 2 years before you see the success you're asking for. Okay, so just give it some time. All right?
All right. Amber asks, do I have any abilities?
Yes, Amber. Okay, so I get shown your hands, which means that you're a healer at heart. But what I'm hearing with you is that you're somebody who knows how to talk people down, and you know how to help people with your words. Okay, so you're an empath, which means that you've got to learn to work with your gift, because you're going to help people. And it looks like survivors. I don't know if that resonates with you, but that's what I'm hearing. So it's like helping survivors with trauma. Okay, so with your words, I would get into some kind of counseling course so that you have a certificate, so that you can really help in a very impactful way, and that's the path for you. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Shelby asks, am I making the right decision with my marriage?
Yeah, honey, I know sometimes you feel like a teeter-totter, so you go back and forth, but you're being driven to do what you're doing, okay? So it's in alignment with what your soul is going through right now. There's a lot of change happening inside of you, and it looks like you're moving in a totally different direction with yourself, okay? So definitely you're making the right choice, honey. Don't doubt that.
All right. Caitlin S. asks, does my brother have a message for me?
Lots of love is the first thing that I hear. He's very like protective of you, so I see him doing a lot of like putting his arms around you. It feels like he protects you from like people in your life. So anytime that you're feeling unsure about somebody, check in with him, because he feels like he's like making sure the right people are around you. Okay, honey? The main thing I hear from him is like just this genuine love for you and this need and desire to help you be safe in a good relationship with somebody. So that's really what he's motivated for. So give him the permission to help you.
All right.
All right.
Beauty asks, will I get pregnant soon?
I hear 4 months for you, honey, okay?
All right. Kimberly asks, Grandma or Ashanti have anything to say?
You have a lot of spirits with you. It's quite busy in your household. What I'm hearing is your grandma is kind of the gatekeeper. So what that means is she's the one who funnels everybody through, and she's the presence that stays. She feels very much like she's joined your team of support on the other side. So she's kind of become a spirit guide in a way, not in a spirit guide way, because she can come and go as she pleases, but she's helping you, and she's kind of being this liaison with the people coming in and out. I would say you're a medium, honey, so I would work on your gift, because you have a lot of spirits with you, and when I see that, that's usually an indication that you can communicate with the other side. Okay, so work on that. But she's definitely your liaison to the other side. So if you want to communicate on that aspect of things, use her as that gateway for that. All right. Thank you so much, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Miracle asks, do you
that.
see any money coming for me?
Yeah. You have an influx of money coming in. Let me just hear when it's coming. It feels like September, October for you. So there's some kind of lump sum coming. Be ready for it.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
One moment here. Sheila asks, is my dad with me?
You have your dad, and I also feel 2 other spirits with you. So it's your dad, another younger male energy, and I would say it's a grandmother energy, but she presents herself as young. So she's not showing me as a grandma, but that's how she feels. So she feels like the grandma. I feel like they've been trying to get your attention. Somebody has been sending you birds, and you've been finding feathers and coins. The coins is coming from the grandma energy, I'm sure of that. But the feathers is from the other 2. The younger energy, it feels like somebody who's been gone for a long time. So if you have somebody in your family who was younger that passed away, it feels almost like that's the person that's with you, okay? Talk to them. They'll let you know. Okay.
All right. Relika, I believe is how you say it,
fun.
says, hey, beautiful, when will I get pregnant? I have a feeling like it might be soon.
Yeah, it does feel very imminent. So I'm just going to see here. It looks like it's within the next 3 months for you. Okay, honey? So be ready. You have a little spirit that's floating around you. And whenever I see that, that means it's happening right away. Like very soon. The second there's an opportunity, that spirit's in you. All right.
Connie asks, will I be able to quit this job soon and find a better job?
Yes, but here's what I'm getting, Connie. It's important that you set up the other job first before you quit this job, okay? You want to make sure that you have something in place, but it does feel like it's going to happen this year for you, and where you're going is so much more your cup of tea. They're much more family oriented, or it feels like you're coming to family instead of work, okay? So it's definitely a good transition, but just make sure you have that set up first, okay? Thank you so much, you guys.
All right. Gigi asks, does Mom have anything to say to me?
Super proud of you is the first thing I hear. Lots of music around you, so I feel like she uses music to communicate. So I want you to pay attention to when songs make you think of her, because that's usually how they let you know they're there. Okay. It's like a song will come up on the radio and then she'll like tap you or make you think of her, and that's her way of saying, hey, listen to those words because that's my message to you. Okay, so start paying attention to that, honey.
All right.
Okay.
We have quite a few more people on if you want to go over everything
that
again.
Incense is a little too strong.
Oh.
That's all right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and if you haven't guessed, I'm a psychic medium. I've been doing my work now since 1993. You can book private sessions with me if you're interested in doing so. My website is rebeccadragonheart.com, or you can just go up into my link in my link tree in my bio and just book directly from there. It is first come, first serve. I do book up pretty quickly, okay? You can also find me on YouTube and Instagram, and I am trying to grow my following there. So if you guys are interested in supporting me, please head over there and support me there. And I also have a children's book coming out. I am going to be doing my pre-orders starting this week, which I will announce in a video. So if you're not following me, follow me. And it is called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey.
All right.
All right.
Christy asks, will I ever be able to get pregnant?
You will, Christy, but it feels like you're going to need some help. Okay, so there's some thing going on that's preventing it from happening. Okay, so go seek some medical help. All right, but you will definitely be successful in getting pregnant.
All right. Eliza asks, does any of my grandparents have something for me?
You have, so it's interesting because your grandfather energy comes through, but you have really old energies with you as well. So it feels almost like your family line is with you. It's interesting that it's the male aspect of things. Typically, it's usually the women that do that, but it's like the male line. For whatever reason, they're with you, kind of like the ancestors would be with you. I don't know how else to describe it. What I get as the message, oh, that's a cool one. What I get as the message is like, we've got your back. Like, we're going to help you in your success. I think that's probably why it's the male line, is because there's been a lot of successful male energies in your family. So follow in their footprints is what I'm getting from them. Okay. And you're not alone. Like, they're there with you. Thanks, guys. They're there with you. So get them to help you. Honestly, get their help, because they're really trying to help your success. That's what I'm hearing. Those were awesome gifts. Thank you so much, you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Angela asks, should I leave teaching?
You know, Angela, here's the thing. You're going to. It feels like not yet. I feel like you need to be there still this year and next year. It feels like you still have this year and next year, and then you can. You're going to be transitioning into, a different type of work, and it's more along the lines of helping others. I do see that the teaching was the right avenue at first, but there's a lot of politics and a lot of resistance is what I'm hearing. So stick with it, at least for this year, till obviously till the end of this year, but also for next year, I'm hearing. Okay, so don't change yet, but you will be shifting.
All right. Mm-hmm. Katie asks specifically, how are my guides communicating with me? I keep doubting it.
Yeah, so with you, honey, okay, I want you to pay attention, because sometimes they use thought language a lot with you. So it's ideas that come into your head, but what you're going to feel is like a pressure will come. Thank you, honey. A pressure will come into your ear, almost like when you are on a mountain, you go down, you feel that kind of a pressure, and then a thought comes into your head. Okay, they also use people and numbers. So when you're seeing the numbers, I want you to really pay attention to what were you just thinking in that moment. The second you saw those numbers, write that down. Like, what were you just thinking and what number you saw, and then Google the number so that you can get the message, because that's the easiest way for them to give us our messages, especially when we're trying to learn. You do hear them, but you're right, you don't always listen to what they're saying, and so sometimes it's just like, okay, well, I know you're there, but I don't know what the hell you're saying, so I give up. But don't give up, because they're always communicating with us. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. April asks, does my mom have a message for me? Is she proud of me?
Definitely very proud of you, honey. And she's very tender, very caring, and very like how do I put this? Like, when you're emotional, I feel her like with you, honey, and she's like very comforting. That's the word I'm looking for. It's like, I'm here to comfort you. Don't feel lost without me because I'm here and I'm a part of your life, even if you can't or don't recognize it. Okay, so she's definitely, thank you so much, she's definitely a big part of your experience and is very comforting for you, honey. So anytime that you feel lost, you just got to think about her, and she's going to come around. She does tell me that she does play with your hair, so I feel like it's like this, it's almost like you'll feel like a pat, and she does visit you in your dreams as well. Okay.
All right.
Thanks for all those gifts, by the way.
Kaylee asks, will my husband, Kaylee asks, will my husband and I get pregnant this time?
Yeah, it does feel like you guys are going to get pregnant. It's really soon. Okay. So let that stress out. It's coming. Get ready.
All right.
Yeah.
Krista asks, will I do well and pass college?
You will, honey. I'm going to say this. Don't stress yourself out, because you really mess yourself up in the head. When it comes to it, you're so hard on yourself, and it's all like, it's worse in your head than it is in reality. Okay. This is a new chapter for you. So look at it more as an exciting experience and not so much as the workload. Okay. That's the reminder I'm being told to give you. It's like, this is supposed to be an enjoyable thing, and you're here to learn it, right? You're here to have a different experience. It's not like high school.
All right. Brandy asks, will my husband get an interview for the job that he applied for, and will he get it?
So it feels like he won't get this one, but don't worry. There is one coming, and it feels like it's within the next 2 months for him. Okay, honey? So you guys let that stuff go, because I know you guys are really stressed out about things, but that one's not in alignment with him is what I'm hearing. Okay? Oh, thank you so much, honey.
All right. Patty asks, will my financial situation improve?
Yep. It looks like 4 months for you where you're going to see some bigger shifting. Okay. So for the next 4 months, just be careful with your money is what I'm hearing. Okay. But I do feel that there's a breakthrough happening. It's happening for you in 4 months. So whatever it is, something's changing, and there's more flow of money is what they're showing. So I literally see a river of money coming through, which means that you've got your stability. You won't have to worry about it. Okay, honey? I know that's really stressful for you. Okay.
All right. Shay Robson 27 asks, is my son with me?
Definitely. And I keep seeing like, I don't know, it's like fireworks. So there's like lights. There's lights. So the lights are important, and that whenever I see this and I get that message, that's just their way of validating they're around. Okay. So he's acknowledging something about lights. Okay. The main thing you have to know, like I hear him knocking. So he's doing like this, or you'll hear like, or even just somebody walking. There's a lot of noises coming from him. Okay, so he's really trying to reach out to you and let you know that he's around. Don't be afraid, because there are times when you do feel a little bit nervous when you do hear it or feel it. Also, you get kind of the hairs on the neck kind of feel like you can feel that he's around. That's just his way of letting you know that, hey, I'm still here, I'm not gone. Okay, talk to him and let him know that you want him to give you signs. And you can tell them what signs you want. Like if you want them to turn the light on and off, they'll do that. If you want him to make your phone go all funny, he'll do that too. Okay? Mm-hmm. And that way you'll get the validation and you won't feel like he's gone. You'll be able to validate it. Okay?
All right. Mm-hmm. Sarah Grace asks, will I get accepted to a doctoral program?
Yeah, I do hear you will, honey, but there's some kind of a delay happening, so please get onto the paperwork right away. Okay? Fast is what I'm hearing. Don't procrastinate at all, or it's going to slow the process down. All right. Mm-hmm.
This person says, hi, Amy here. I'm psychic, but would I ever be able to get into mediumship, and how do I do this?
Absolutely, honey. So how I started with mediumship is you take a picture of somebody who's crossed over, and you look at the picture until you feel a connection. Once you feel connected, you put that picture down, and then you do the reading. Okay? Get people that you trust that are going to give you the opportunity to be wrong, and practice that way. I do feel that you're going to move into mediumship. You just have to learn how to work with it, okay? And there are a lot of courses that you can take. Just make sure you're trusting your intuition with that. I will give you a little bit of a tidbit. When I'm talking with my guides, what I've told them is if it's family, I want to see them on the right side of the person. If it's just a close friend, I want to see them on the left side of the person, that kind of thing, okay? And just, honey, the best advice I can give you is use your intuition in the imagination way. Allow your imagination to come through and just say anything and everything that comes out. Okay? Get out of your own way. I hope that helps.
All right.
Yeah.
Hannon and Benjamin ask, when will we get married?
Next year is what I'm hearing. This year it's not feasible for whatever reason.
All right. This person says, Robin here, will our upcoming trip go well?
Yes, honey, you don't have to worry and stress. I know that there's a lot of questionabilities around travel right now, but it feels like you guys are going to have a great time. You don't have to worry about it. It's going to be an easy transition over.
All right. Alexis asks, grandparents, please. They both passed in 2014.
Yeah. Wow. There's a lot of love there. Both of them. Definitely a lot of compassion around things. What I'm going to say for you, honey, is you got to start listening to them, because they've been giving you a lot of signs that they're around, especially birds I'm seeing. So there's been like this, it's almost like you get the validation that they're there, but then you logicalize what you're saying or seeing. So if you'll see two birds together, like just sitting on a wire, and you'll think about them, and then you'll just be like, well, it couldn't possibly be them, but it is them. That's what I'm wanting to tell you. Also something about bees. So I don't know what the bees mean, but they want me to say it just to validate for you, I guess. You probably know, or you'll know in the near future, they may use a bee or something. They do that. There's a lot of love coming from them, honey. So, you keep them alive. That's what I'm hearing. You keep them alive, because you don't stop thinking about them. You don't forget about them. You really do keep them around, and you bring them up at gatherings and things like that. So they're very appreciative of the fact that you haven't forgotten them. Okay.
All right. This person says, hi, Rebecca. It's Kylia, I believe is how she says it. I was laid off. When will I get another job?
Oh, honey, it's about 4 months before you get a position that's secure. But I do feel like you're going to do some temporary stuff in between that, okay? So the full-time permanent position is about 4 months from now, and you may take something in between. And it looks like it might be a cash job in between, okay? So maybe even waitressing or something to tide you over.
All right. Kathy asks, my pup passed away this morning. Is he okay? Please?
Oh, definitely, honey, definitely. I know that's a really tough thing. You can get yourself quiet, get into a meditative state. You'll be able to feel your puppy around you, okay? And don't feel guilty. Let that go, because your puppy is fine. Definitely okay. All right.
All right.
And sorry, something else just came through. There's a favorite toy. Keep that favorite toy around. Okay.
All right.
Thanks for the gifts, guys.
Isabella asks, will I become financially independent this year and be able to move out?
So Isabella, it feels like it's going to be early next year, more towards the spring, okay? So around this time next year is where I feel that there's going to be enough of the stability financially for you to do the things that you're trying to do, okay? So just be patient. I know it's tough because you want to be free now, but it feels like it's not the right timing yet, okay?
All right. One moment here. All right. Kelly asks, is my mom here with me?
Yeah, honey, your mom, she loves to dance, and I see her in your space kind of circling around. She does a lot of, I don't know why she's bringing up the cleaning of your space is what she says. It's like she dances around to energetically clean your space. I think that's funny. I mean, we do things, oh, thank you, honey. We do things for reasons, I guess, but she feels very joyous and very free, okay? So there may have been a limitation with her beforehand, and that limitation is gone, and that's how she feels. It's like, I'm free. I get to be free and express the way I want to. So definitely a joyous person now. Not that she wasn't before, but it feels like she was lost a little. All right.
All right. Fantasia, which is a very cool name, asks, when will I be a nurse?
So it looks like 2 years for you, honey, okay? So if you're taking the course, it may be that there's a little bit of time in between before you find your success in what you're doing. I feel like you're going to be doing not just basic, so it looks like you may be upgrading or adding to your training, and it look like you're working with infants or children, okay?
All
Thanks, guys.
Christine asks, how does the future look for my youngest daughter with speaking issues?
Definitely going to be okay, so I'm going to tell you that. You know, what I'm hearing is your child is very sensitive and very energetically sensitive. I would, if you feel comfortable with getting crystals, I don't know your child's age, but I'm going to say I'm seeing green aventurine. So green aventurine is for the heart chakra. Your child's going to be fine. So don't stress and panic, but the energy is too much. Okay. So we need to balance her out. Does that make sense? So we got to get that balance going. So crystals work. I wear them. I firmly believe in crystals. My daughter uses crystals. We use them on a regular basis. So it's going to help a lot. Okay. And the speech will come, but it feels like it's going to be later. Okay. So just be patient. And if you're not already doing like speech pathology, get into that, because that's going to help. Okay. And it's going to be like repetition, I'm hearing. So just work on that. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Sherry asks, will we retire out of state? If so, where and when? Biggest fan here.
A what?
Biggest fan here,
Oh,
she
thanks.
says.
So I do hear that there is going to be a move. It doesn't feel like there's going to be a move for at least 2 years. So for whatever reason, maybe it's just not time. I don't know why, but I'm being drawn towards Phoenix, Arizona. So that's the area that I'm seeing, and it's almost like you can breathe there. It's like relaxed, but it's 2 years is what I'm hearing. So it may be that it's going to take that long to get everything settled. Okay.
All right.
Keep me posted.
Mariama asks, will we sell the house by June, please?
Actually, yeah, I do hear it will be sold, but I don't think you're going to get the money until July. So maybe June it's sold, and then it takes a little time for the closing. Okay. So I'm hearing the money in July. All right.
All right. This person says, Louise here. Any messages for me from my parents?
So, your parents come and go, but there is an aunt or an aunt figure that's with you. That one is with you all the time. Your mom comes, it feels like she comes in and out. Dad, not as much. He's a little bit more reserved energetically, so he kind of stays back. Your mom's a little pushier that way, but this aunt figure is the one that comes through the most. So, let me see. I would communicate with her, because she seems to be the one that's pivotal in making things happen in your life. Okay. Your mom hears you. So that's a message that I get from her, is to say she hears you talk to her, honey. So it doesn't go on deaf ears. So keep doing that communication the way that you are. They come when you talk about them, when you feel about them. Okay. They always come. All right.
All right.
Thanks for the gifts, honey.
Farah asks, will I reach my goal fitness level? I'm currently injured and scared it won't go away.
No, it will definitely heal, honey. It feels like by September you're going to be pretty much all patched up. Okay. So be patient. Don't overdo it, is what I hear, because you're ready to I want to go do everything now, but you have to wait. Otherwise it will be a permanent injury. Okay. So don't push yourself before your body's ready. Get some selenite and some amethyst to help with physical healing. Selenite works really quickly, and amethyst works for injuries. Okay.
All right. Melissa Ann asks, is my mom communicating with me?
Definitely. So your mom likes to use numbers because it's easy, and she also puts people in your way. So there's people that will just randomly come up, and it's almost like they remind you of your mom. Okay. That's her way of letting you know, hey, I'm still around. And so it's not as random as you think, I guess is the best way to put it. So be open and receptive, and realize that she is definitely communicating with you that way. Okay. And she does dream with you as well. So I would keep a journal beside your bed so that you can remember the conversations and the experiences. Okay, honey?
All right.
All right.
Andrea asks, will I have my dream job in NYC, and will I be with Jay?
So it feels like it will happen. It may not be the first round. So you may have a couple of opportunities with the dream job, honey. So just be patient, and don't be upset if it doesn't happen the first time around, okay? Because it will. It feels like it's in alignment for you. Definitely this is somebody you're going to have a relationship with too. Okay?
All right. Martina asks, will my fiance and I go to Croatia together?
Next year, but yes. Yeah. Wait until next year is what I'm being told to tell you. So even if there's an opportunity to go this year, I think you should wait.
All right. We did jump up quite a bit. If you want to go over everything again.
We did. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and I am a psychic medium, in case you didn't notice. I've been doing my work now since 1993. Here on TikTok, I do my lives for question and answers. So you can ask your question. Please don't spam me though. So just ask and give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again. I don't have a problem with that. Also, if you have an obscure username, please put your initials in with your username so that we're not trying to guess what your name is. You can book a reading with me one-on-one. If you'd like to do that, you can go to my website, RebeccaDragonheart.com, or just head up into my bio and you can book directly from my link tree as well. And I'm also on YouTube and Instagram. So if you want to follow me there, I am trying to build my subscribers there. And what else?
Announcement.
Oh, my announcement. Yes. So I am an author and I am publishing a children's book. It's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. That's all I'm going to say right now. It will be up for pre-order this week. Or I guess it's next week because this week's over. But I will be making an announcement and doing a video. So if you aren't following me, please do follow. And that's everything. That's a mouthful, hey?
All right.
All right.
Davina asks, is there a reason I'm going through this dark situation? Spirit guide message?
So yes, honey, remember how, I don't know if you were on earlier, but I was talking about how there's this like energy that's happening, and some of us who are energetically sensitive are feeling it. So a lot is going on. Some people are feeling like depression. Some people are getting really crappy experiences that are happening, a lot of resistance around things. It's temporary. So that's the main message I want to give you. This is happening just because of the energy that's around us right now. Okay. So it's going to transition and move on by 4 months. So it'll be clean and straight going. You won't have to worry. Okay. It's just honestly the energy that's happening around us, and us sensitives are really feeling it. Okay.
All right. M_Lux asks, will my rainbow baby be coming back around soon?
Yeah. I feel like you're going to get pregnant later this year. Okay, honey? And definitely going to have your baby next year.
All right.
All right.
Dolores asks, when will my finance get better?
1.5 years. So it's next year, honey. Sorry. It's just that energy around money for you needs to shift. Okay. Because you have a love-hate relationship. So what I would do if I were you is, if you aren't on Audible or some kind of a book app, what's another book app that you can do? Even on podcasts and things like that, do money mastery to help you have a better relationship with your money, okay? Because how you feel about your finances is really a big part of why things aren't working out for you, okay? So you got to shift that energy. The way the sun is going, it's like lighting me up in such a weird way.
All right. Crystal asks, is Will watching over me?
Yes, and there's also somebody named Anna with you as well, okay? So you've got both of them with you. Will is kind of secretive. It feels like I'm there, but I don't like let you know all the time. Sometimes I'm just watching, and not in a creepy way, okay? But sometimes I'm just watching over you, and I'm just there just to be there. But this Anna person is also an important person in your energy as well, okay, honey? So pay attention. Sometimes when you think it's Will, it's not. It's this other person, okay? And I do feel like Will sits on the bed, so there's a pressure that goes down on the bed, so pay attention to that.
All right. Maria asks, will I marry Florent?
Yep, I do hear that that's going to happen. Be patient though, don't be pushy. Okay, everything has to happen in its timing, so don't try to make it happen sooner than it's supposed to. Okay, so make sure you're giving yourself the time that you need to.
All right. This person says, my name is Steffi. Am I getting the job that I interviewed for 2 days ago?
Yes, definitely. Thank you for the gift, honey.
All right.
I'm almost like, it's so bright.
Yeah.
I'm blinded by the sun.
This person says, Elaine here. Do you see me moving, and can you tell me if I have any abilities?
So I do see you moving. It feels like it's going to be this year. So just be patient. Make sure that you're not moving or doing it too soon. Okay, honey, you're an empath, so and you also have telepathic abilities, honey, so you got to trust when that's happening. How I see it with you, it's like you can guess, like when the phone rings, you know who's on the phone. You think about somebody, they call you, they show up, or you see them. Okay, and that's your strongest ability, your clairaudience, so you hear things. Okay, so really start paying attention to that. Okay, thank you so much, you guys, for the gifts. All right.
Priscilla asks, will I have another baby?
Yeah, but it's still 2 years away is what I'm hearing. Okay.
All right.
I'm just going to back up a little. The sun is like hitting me right in the eyes. I can't see anymore. Oh, I love the corgi. He's so cute. His little butt is cute. That was a great one.
All right.
Thank you.
Steph asks, what can I expect from my next job?
So with you, Steph, things need to change, and it feels like there is some education that's coming your way. So they're showing me you getting some kind of a certificate. So whenever I see that, thank you for the hat, honey. It means that you need to do some upgrading. So there's some shifting that's happening with your work level. I feel like for you, you'd be happiest in like human resources. So working with people and helping people. So HR is where I'm being drawn, and maybe that's why they're saying that education aspect, because you need that upgrade. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move this over here so I can just like not be in the direct sunlight in my eyeballs. And you know, my guides told me to shut that, and I thought, it should be okay. And yeah, you know, they're always right. They're always right.
All right. Next question.
Yeah.
This person says, Bear here. My wife lost an important envelope. Any chance to know where it went?
Looks like it's underneath something. I would check under beds and under the couch. Okay, and they're showing me it's underneath some.
All right.
She's gonna find it though, so that's a good thing. All right.
Kayla asks, will I conceive from the IUI in the next couple of days? Twins?
I don't see you carrying twins, but I do see you conceiving and having a baby. Okay, honey? So let that go. It's gonna happen. Definitely a positive outcome here. Okay.
All right. 1 second here. Sorry, it just goes fast.
It's okay. You see how bright that sun was?
Yes.
It was right in my face. Thank you for the gifts, honey. Oh, you guys are so sweet.
All right. Sorry, it just goes so fast. There we go.
You got it?
Yeah. Andrea asks, will I get married again?
You will. I'm hearing 2027 though, so not yet. All right. I know, that was so fast.
That's okay. This person says, Cami here. Can I get some encouragement about my career?
So, honey, with you, you're a people person, but you're also, you know, it's so funny because you're an introvert, extrovert. So you really like to keep yourself kind of cut off, but I feel like you need to work with the public, but you're not somebody who goes out and needs to be in the public. It's more like you need to work with the public. So anything that you do has to do with like you working and interacting with people, even though you're an introvert, which is kind of funny. What I'm seeing is office with you. So it feels like very family oriented. Again, work on your skills. I'm being told to tell you to work on your computer skills for some reason. So whatever that's going to be, and put yourself out there for that kind of thing. Okay.
All right. Nadia asks, are my grandmothers with me?
I hear grandma, so there's one. I feel like there's a clash of energy between the two of them. So one is there, and then they kind of pop in and out is what I'm hearing, okay? It feels like there's a lot of support from one that's been gone longer is what I'm hearing. And it's like I'm watching over you, making sure that the right people are coming in alignment for you, okay? So you're not... people are coming in, it almost feels like they're coming in at random, or they're just like perfect alignment for you. It feels like she's doing that, okay? The grandma that's been gone the longest. Okay? That's the one that's helping you the most.
All right. Anna asks, any messages from my grandparents and any abilities?
So I feel with your grandparents, they both kind of come in and they visit kind of at the same time. So they're together on the other side visiting with you is what I'm seeing. Your grandmother talks to you a lot. So there's a lot of, there's either ringing or buzzing or something that's going on here. And that's just her way of communicating with you. So there's a lot of inspiration that comes from her. You're an empath, honey, and clairaudient. So that's why they keep showing me hearing. You got to start listening so that you can get that information and use it effectively, because you get a lot of understanding, but you kind of override it sometimes. So you don't always listen to what's coming through, or you just brush it off as, well, I might be wrong. So practice being right, because you are clairaudient. If you want to look that up, it just means that you hear spirit. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you, honey.
Mandy asks, please, will I find my forever this year or next year and get married again?
So I'm hearing it's going to be later next year, honey. You got some energy to clear out, some leftover energy from past stuff that you want to get rid of. This is your year for discovering you. So that's why there's been a lot of push for you to be alone and do it, right? Go into that hermit stage, be by yourself and work on you. That's what this year is about. And you will find that this person's going to come into your life after you figured that out. Okay, thank you so much for the hack. Okay.
Right. Shaniqua asks, will I get a financial breakthrough soon?
8 months is what I'm being told. Okay, so we're in April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So the end of the year. Sorry, I know you wanted sooner, but that's what I hear.
All right.
Yep. Thank you, honey.
This person says, Sunny here. Does my recently passed dad have any messages for us?
Yeah, so it feels like there's a lot of people he's visiting. So it's not just family, but there's also acquaintances and friends and things I don't know if it's a recent passing, but it almost feels like I'm visiting and I'm comforting and consoling people is the feeling. The message I get from him for you specifically is super proud of you and glad that you're taking life on and not giving up. So that motivation and that inspiration comes from him is what I'm hearing. Okay, so he's definitely watching over you and supporting you and guiding you in that way. Very proud of you, honey.
All right.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. I forgot to ask you if you put the timer on.
I
you?
did.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
we have about 10 minutes left.
How long?
A little less than 10 minutes left.
Yikes.
Somehow. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a vortex when we do this. I don't know how an hour goes by so fast.
All right.
It's crazy. Thank you so much, honey.
Ready for the question?
Yep.
Sahar asks, my college won't let me walk at graduation next month. If I fight it, will they let me?
Yeah, I do feel like they will. Here's the thing. You need to get somebody on your side and an advocate who's going to help you with that.
This person says, hi, I'm Rose. Will I conceive this year and how many kids will I have in total?
So, yeah, I do feel that you're going to get pregnant. I'm just hearing it's around October for your pregnancy this year. And I'm hearing 3 kids altogether for you. Okay, honey? Thanks for those, you guys. Thank you so much. All right?
All right.
The corky again.
Every so time. Cute.
I know, he's so cute.
All right. Tish Bowen asks, do you ever see me moving?
Yes. So Tish, it feels like you're going to have a temporary move and then there's going to be a long-term move. It looks like 3 moves over the next 5 years is what I'm hearing. So you are going to be moving. Okay. Just be patient and let everything kind of lead you the way that it's supposed to be. You push and when you push against things will push back and they push back harder. Okay. So don't resist, allow the flow, okay? And just, I see change happening for you that way for sure. Okay.
All right. Mighty asks, any messages for me in career/love, and do I have any spiritual gifts?
So, it looks like what you're doing now is not working or it's not fully what you're supposed to be doing. So it looks like that has to change. What was the other part of it? Love?
Career/love, and do I have any spiritual gifts?
Spiritual gifts. Definitely. I'm being shown the heart chakra, which means that you're very energy sensitive and open empathically. If you're in a relationship, this doesn't feel like your forever relationship. I do feel like the right person is coming along this year. There's some energy that we have to work on here, okay? So there's some healing. Oh, thank you so much, honey. Some healing that needs to happen. They're showing me the heart chakra, which means that that's where your power comes. And so you have to open your emotions up. You have to be in connection with your emotions, okay? Because your emotions is the key to your power, the key to your abilities, okay? You're very, very psychic, honey, and you have a way of persuading people energetically. Look up empaths and how to be an effective empath, because that's basically how it works. It's a very powerful psychic ability, and if you can learn to work with it, it can be very masterful and helpful in your life, okay, honey? Okay.
Well, the sun's in my eyes.
Oh, no.
All
Sorry.
right. That's okay. This person says, Laura here, does my boyfriend have any messages for me from the other side?
So I know this seems awkward when they do this, but your boyfriend feels like, I'm going to make sure to find you a replacement. So it's like, I'm going to help you to find somebody who's similar enough or close enough to me and who I am. So I hear you. That's one thing I'm hearing. I hear you. And he lays with you and he touches you quite often. So I feel him laying with you. You're not imagining that, okay? It's not in your imagination. So you really need to be aware that that's a real thing that's happening, okay? He hears you all the time. He hears you all the time. And he's still around and is going to stay around as long as you let him, okay? And it's like, I keep hearing, I said forever, but I'm not forever in the physical, but I'm forever in the energy, is what I'm hearing, okay?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Callie Rose asks, anything coming in for me for my relationship department? Thanks for your time, Rebecca.
Hi, Callie. So what I'm hearing with you, honey, is that you've been struggling relationship-wise. You've been attracting not necessarily what you're wanting, but where you're at energetically. So I'm hearing that this year is really a year of clearing out the old energy and the drama. Best way to put it. And I hear that by September, if you do that, you will attract the right vibration, okay? So it's a little bit of work on your part, but you can do it. That I know for sure, okay? You're ready, because it feels like I'm sick and tired of it. I'm done. I don't want to have this thing anymore. I want it to change. I want to have something different. So just know that by September, that's going to be the case, okay, honey? Thanks for the gifts, you guys. You're so awesome.
All right. This person says, hi, Liz here. Is my sister Melissa watching over me?
Oh, definitely. I also do feel a male energy with you. So you have her and a male energy with you. And it feels like they're both very protective of you and definitely guiding you. Your sister is your muse. So she's your inspiration. You know, when you get in these like spurts of energy, that's because she claims that's from her. So she's very creative and she's guided you that way. So it's definitely her that helps you with that. Okay, so listen, again, another one that uses numbers to communicate. So when you see the numbers, it's kind of their way. And I do feel like she wakes you up at the bewitching hour. So that's like between 2 and 5. She wakes you up and lets you know she's around. So don't be scared. All right.
All right. We have 2 minutes left.
2 minutes. All right.
So
don't worry. I'll be on again. April, I plan on being on quite a lot this month because, you know, I haven't been on as much as I've wanted to for the last few months because I've been working on my children's book. So I will be on a lot this month. So just make sure you have the notifications on so that you know when I am on. Okay, guys? All right.
On the topic of children's book,
yes.
Elena Hopkins asks, will my daughter publish her children's book? Thank you.
Several is what I hear. So absolutely. And it's going to be successful. I do feel like she needs to be less nervous about it because that energy is very creative. And so she wants to focus on being successful and visualizing that for herself. Okay. So really talk to her about how she feels about it because there's a lot of anxiety around it or like anxiousness around it. And it's going to be fine and it's going to be successful and it's going to be more than one book. So, yeah. That's kind of cool, hey? Weird.
Martina asks, should I take pilot flight lessons this summer?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's your cup of tea, hun. It's definitely something that you're going to enjoy and it's definitely going to be beneficial. And it's funny because it feels almost like you're going to do private flying. Thank you for the hat, hun. Or some, what I don't even know what it's called, but basically tours or something like that on a private way. So do it. That's like down the line, obviously, but yeah. Okay. This is probably our last question.
This will probably be the last one.
Okay, so
someone asked about the members live too.
Yes, I was just going to say, I'm going to do my whole spiel. Yes, if you want to join the members live, you just go into my link tree under members live, or you can head to my website, RebeccaDragonheart.com, and read a little bit about it. There are some testimonials on there. How the members live works is I cap it, so I only take a handful of people, and it's done over Zoom. So you'll actually be able to be face-to-face if you want, or if you're uncomfortable with that, you can just turn your camera off and just talk, okay? But you get to ask a question, you're guaranteed to get an answer. That's why I cap it, so everybody gets their questions answered. I do them at the end of every month, so it'll be on the 30th of this month at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is a monthly subscription, but you can cancel at any time, okay? Also, I'm on YouTube and Instagram, and I'm really trying to grow that area. So if you guys are interested in following me on Instagram and YouTube, please come over and do that. And with my children's book, I will be announcing next week the pre-orders for that, and it's called The Little Light Soul's Journey. All right, that's everything, right? I
Did you talk about booking readings with you?
Oh, no, I didn't talk about booking readings with me. You can book a private reading with me as well. If you head to my website, you can do it there, or you can do it directly from my link tree as well, okay? RebeccaDragonheart.com is the only website that I use.
All right.
Last question.
Last question.
But I'll be back on in a few days, so don't worry about it. All right?
All right. Nikki asks, any guidance / messages for me for these next couple of months?
Yes, Nikki. So it looks like you're just coming out of some really heavy, stressful energy or a lot of resistance, okay? And what I'm hearing for you is by the summer really is where you're going to feel a lot of reprieve, and you're going to get moving in the direction that you're trying to move, okay? So it feels like you've been going uphill and there's been a lot of like pushback, and that's about to change for you, okay? So just be open and receptive. There's a lot of new people coming in, and they're showing me like lots of teachers. So you may be wanting to study more about yourself and working in alignment with yourself, okay? So look into doing Reiki just to learn about it, I guess, and just about self-awareness and stuff like that, okay? So self-learning, right? Self-help stuff. It's going to really help you move in the right direction. But I do feel like you're going to feel this like release of stress within the summertime. All right, guys, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be back on in a few days, not too long from now, okay? And I really appreciate all the gifts and all of your guys' questions. And if I didn't get to you, I'm sorry, but I will be back on again, okay? Love you guys.